Let me share a self responsibility tip with you today. So, whenever you feel violated or disrespected by your parents, your boss, or probably just anyone, right? Instead of worrying about people disrespecting you, which means you have to be on high alert 247, why not come up with a plan to deal with these people if you feel disrespected? So hold on here. I'm going to explain this to you. All right. Let me ask you this question. So, what do you do with that emotion of disrespect? Here's what I will always suggest: you could take a deep breath and just move on. You could also ask them why they disrespected you. You could question your own thoughts. Is your mind playing tricks on you? And ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What is being triggered inside of me? Why do I feel the way I am feeling right now? Have I really been disrespected? Because I need to let you know that it's possible to feel disrespected, but the person speaking with you or who has communicated does not grasp that they have actually disrespected you. So ask yourself, have I been truly disrespected, or am I just making assumptions in my head? You know how that can be. Above all, asking yourself this question puts you in that place of responsibility. So, what worrying does instead, you know, that part where you worry so much about what you're thinking, how you're feeling disrespected. What worry does is that it puts you in that state of victimhood. So all you see is the shame and the guilt of probably anything, even things that are probably not real. All right. While worry puts you in that state of victimhood, which is actually a trauma response from an underlying situation, childhood trauma, or experience. My question to you is, which would it rather be? You asking yourself questions, you breathing and just forgetting about it, you asking the person why they said what they said and how it affects you. Here are several strategies that I feel you can address, okay, or you can use to address these feelings like disrespect, amongst others. Number one, self reflection. It's important at every point in time that you understand, why do I feel disrespected? Why do I feel how I feel? Why is all of these feelings or emotions showing up at this point in my life? What have I experienced before now? What has my day been like? There are a lot of questions to exhaust, but it's important to note what specific triggers, what specific things are being triggered in the inside of you. What are the patterns? Reflecting on all of this can help you identify whether the issue is about the other person's behavior, or it's about your own perception, or it's about what actually the situation is. So, number two, set boundaries. Clearly define what behaviors are acceptable, what behaviors you consider disrespectful, and communicate these things or communicate these boundaries to others in a respectful way. And then when they do not accept, ensure to communicate. When they do not accept, then you can decide what next to do. This helps you feel more in control. It reduces anxiety about how people treat you or about what to expect. And then number three, focus on self respect. It's important that you cultivate self respect and self worth. It's important also that you engage in activities that reinforce your value, such as the kind of things you do, the hobbies, the goals you set for yourself, the people you also put around you, and the things you put in place to achieve those your personal goals, especially practicing self care. Number four, practice assertiveness. It is simply your ability to communicate exactly what you mean in a respectful manner. Okay? It involves you expressing your thoughts and your feelings openly and respectfully. It can help you advocate for yourself because of course you know that you're the first person that can speak up and stand up for yourself. You remember the video I did about anger? I congratulated people for standing up for themselves. And true assertiveness helps you stand up for yourself. Number five, limit exposure. When people keep disrespecting you or invading your privacy, it's important that you consider limiting interactions with them. Rather, support yourself with people who honestly value you. Number six, challenge negative thoughts. The trauma you've experienced, probably from childhood or from other exposures, has made you alert 247 and can creep in a couple of things in your head to think, am I not good enough? Is it this? Did I do this that made them do this? Nobody deserves to be disrespected by anyone. Everybody deserves to have and be treated right and respectfully. So when someone crosses the boundary and your head tries to play all of those tricks, it's important to remind yourself, no, I am worthy of respect. And number seven, mindfulness. Mindfulness. When you feel disrespected, just remember who you are. Remind yourself who you are. The technique of doing meditation, deep breathing, pausing to breathe, yoga, you know, just taking a breath, amongst other things, can help you manage anxiety at every point in time. Disrespect can make you feel anxious. It can raise up your shoulders. It can make you feel high alert. So it's important that you are mindful. And then the next is to seek support. When you feel like you have been severally disrespected, all right, your boundary has been severely crossed, it's important to ask somebody else that you truly trust, probably a therapist, what they think about it. And so they evaluate the exact situation with you. Number nine, accept imperfection. I know right now everybody's trying to be in control, seem perfect, seem all put together. It's important that you accept your own behavior and the role you play in the way people get to treat you at the end of the day. All right. I'm sure that by implementing the strategies, you will find it easier to manage people, the way they respond to you, the way they deal with you. You find it easier to manage disrespect and to foster more positive conversations and connections with people. I need you to take a moment right now and share one strategy that you will start doing from these tips that I shared.